Welcome to Reds TV. We have a special guest out here throwing out the first pitch. Miss Anya Vicker, biathlon, 3-time gold, 8-time silver, 3-time bronze in the Olympics. And she bounces that pitch right into the strike zone. Thank you for throwing out the first pitch. And now all the Reds players getting in behind her, getting their photo taken. So it is beautiful weather. Welcome to Reds TV at Stuttgart Reds ballpark. 22 degrees Celsius, about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind's coming in a little bit from the left to the right. My name is Ken Hudson, the voice of Reds TV. With me, the CEO, the master of disaster, the world's worst superhero, Yara Drobny. Not with us today. Unfortunately, the man who makes me sound good, Rainer Loch. So if I don't sound good, it's all his fault. We'll blame it on him. Today's game is the second game of the 2-game series between Heidenheim and Stuttgart. If you have questions, comments, words of wisdom, or just want a shout out, put it in the chat function. We are on YouTube. Please subscribe to Yara's YouTube channel. He wants to get 1,000 people on there. Umpires at the home plate today: Patrick Meister at first base, Mark Seidfried, and at third base, Wolfram Haupt. I'll be back in a couple minutes with the starting lineups. So, top of the first inning brought to you by Schwimmbad Schmiere GmbH und Allianz Niederlassung Bad Cannstatt. Pitching for the Stuttgart Reds, Jefferson Lopez. He's 2-3 in the season. Has a very good 2.29 ERA, 35 innings pitched. Catching him, Yannick Witt at first base, Jack Barry at second base, Robert Blessing. At third base is Moritz Kohler, shortstop Austin Bull, left, center, and right, Fabian Beck, Moritz von Bergen, and Benedikt Schaefer. Offensive lineup for the Stuttgart Reds, leading off Philip Schultz. He'll be followed by Gary Owens, Drew Jensen in the cleanup role, William Germain and the Reedley brothers, Killian batting fifth, Elliott's batting sixth, followed by ex-Stuttgart Red Simon Liedked, Thomas Geiger, and number 9 batter David Dinsky. Stuttgart over the last couple weeks able to improve their team batting average. They're now sitting at 275 with a team ERA of 4.57. Heidenheim, uncharacteristically for them, their team batting average at 246, team ERA leading the league at 410. And that pitch misses in for ball 1. Ball 2, 2-0 the count. Phillip 1 for 5 in game 1. Does have a 273 batting average this year with 10 stolen bases. There's strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a fly ball in left field. And an over-the-shoulder catch by Fabian Beck for out number 1. Brings up another ex-Stuttgart player, Gary Owens. He was 0 for 4, has a 269 batting average. There's strike number 1. Gary Owens, 3 home runs so far this season. Off-speed pitch, low part of the strike zone. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. That fastball low. That's why the umpire wears shin guards. Bounced off the umpire's shin.
Strikes für Jefferson.
1 and 2 the count. Just a bit inside, 2 and 2. Foul ball. I almost was ready to go, oh yeah, but Yannick Witt not able to hold on to it, so nothing but a strike. 2 and 2 the count. And that's in the dirt, ball 3. So Gary Owens from 0 and 2 works the back to a full count. And that ball fouled too far away from catcher Yannick Witt. Count remains full. Oh, yeah! Swing and a miss for out number 2 in the inning. Drew Jensen, the next batter. His 250 batting average includes 5 home runs. One of them came on Friday night. He went 2 for 3, had a 3-run home run. Again, if you have any comments, want to shout out any words of wisdom, put them in the chat function. Let me know where you're calling in from or tuning in from. There's strike number 1 on the outside corner. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. And ball in the dirt. Yannick Witt getting the workout down there behind the pitchers, or behind the home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, yeah! Swing and a miss at the high fastball. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first inning. That half an inning brought to you by Schwimmbad Schmiere GmbH and Allianz Niederlassung Bad Cannstatt.
Was kann ich gut?
Wie kann ich meine Region verändern?
Wo ist mein Platz in der Welt?
Wir finden es gemeinsam heraus. Werde Teil der Alva-Glückszeitbewegung. Die Alva-Stiftung fördert eure Talente und Leidenschaften. Alva, mit jeder Flasche zu mehr Glückszeit.
Bottom of the first inning brought to you by Hugo Benzing GmbH and Co. KG. Jared Mortensen, the pitcher, he's 3-2 on the season, has a 4.6 ERA, 29.1 innings pitched. Catching him is Billy Germain at first base. Elias Riedle at second base is Philip Schultz. Third base, Drew Jansen. Shortstop, Simon Liedke. Left, center, right, Thomas Geiger, Gary Owens, and David Dinsky. For the Stuttgart Reds, leading off, Austin Bull, followed by Moritz von Bergen, Jack Berry, Moritz Kohler, Jonas von Bergen, number 6 batter, Benedikt Schaefer, 7, 8, and 9, Yannick Witt, Robert Blessing, and Fabian Beck. Austin Bull, a unreal .529 batting average, 16 of 17 in stolen bases, 11 RBIs, and he takes that pitch outside. The only time Austin Bull was caught is when he overslid second base. He was 3 for 4 with 4 stolen bases on Friday night, and he fouls that one out of play. Of course, Friday, game 1 between the Reds and the Heideköpfe. That's strike number 2. Reds jumping out. First inning home run, Moritz Kohler. Second inning grand slam, Moritz von Bergen. Jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Heidenheim fought their way back, but Eduardo Peluso able to lock it down. That's a strike 3 out by window shopping. That doesn't happen very often for Austin Bull. Moritz von Bergen, the next batter. He had the grand slam that put this 4 through 7 runs on the board. And he takes strike number 1. Jared Mortensen filling up the strike zone. Strike number 2. course, Joel Petzold came in for relief. 3 innings pitched, only 1 unearned run. And that's a ground ball hit. Philip Schultz. Easy one, second out, 4-3 in the scorebook. Brings up Jack Berry. Jack, 250 batting average in the season. 3 home runs. He was 1 for 4 on Friday night. And most of the Reds fans waiting for him to break out. And he takes pitch 1 for strike 1. And shout out to Tobias Dietrich turning it in. Thank you. That pitch way high. 1-1 to count. Ball number 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count even. It's triple deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss on the high fastball for a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We're done with 1 with no score. That half inning brought to you by Hugo Bensing GmbH and Co. KG. Top of the second inning brought to you by Raumpflege AG and Wahl GmbH Stadtmobilierung. Leading off, Billy Germain. He'll be followed by Kilian Riedle and Elias Riedle. Billy hitting .261 with 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. Was 0 for 3 in the game on Friday night. Other games going on today in the South. It's Hunstetten game 2. That pitch a bit high, and in the North, Bonn and Hamburg. I'll keep you updated on those scores. Up high for ball number 2. Three and 0 the count. There's strike number 1 on the outside corner. And that curveball in the dirt gets past the catcher, a walk. And Billy Germain turns and looks, but doesn't go anywhere. Next batter, Kilian Riedle. 1 for 2 in Friday night's game. .318 batting average. Shout out to Yaf Williams, Lopez Enriquez, all the way in Argentina. Tuning in. And a pickoff Very, very close at first base. That pitch left up, ball number 1. And I'd like to send a shout out to my little sister Susie in Washington, D.C., watching the game. Thank you for tuning in, and I love you. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. That was a nice slider. Goes in there for strike number 1. 1-1 to count. Klaus Eckle, third base coach, giving signs. And an attempted bunt goes straight back for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Of course, don't expect him to try to bunt right now because 2 strikes, you bunted foul. It's an out. Counts as actually a strikeout for the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Oh, yeah. Strikeout for out number 1. Brings up brother Ilias, 333 batting average. 1 for 4 Friday night. Again, Friday night, Stuttgart able to get their 3rd win in a row. We're calling it a winning streak. 2 weeks ago in Hunstetten, winning both games before taking Friday night's game, as I said, 8-7 the final score. And that ball fouled back to the backstop, like in the bowling alley, a ball return. No balls, 1 strike. William Germain standing at first base. And that ball fouled somewhere. Strike number 2 on the off-speed pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. And that ball hits the front part of the home plate, bounces above the catcher, not able to stop it. A wild pitch puts Billy Germain in scoring position. One and 2 the count. Oh, yeah. Can't catch up with the fastball. Out number 2. Simon Liedke, the next batter. 2 outs. Bond leading Hamburg in the bottom of the 4th, 2-1. No score in Haar versus Hunstetten. That pitch just a bit high, ball 1. Bottom part of the strike zone. Hot cheese at the knees. 1-1 to count. Remember, the world's best photographer here is Drobny running around here taking pictures. They will be uploaded to the Rebs homepage, Stuttgart-Reds.de. And that's a ground ball slowly hit. And Robert Blessing drops the ball, an error. Simon Liedtke safe at first. Looked like a routine play, looked like his feet came out from under him. So we have runners at the corners with 2 outs. And the next batter, Thomas Geiger, 1 for 4 Friday night, 182 his batting average for the season. And a pickoff trying to keep Liedtke close. Of course, this is a normal fast runner, takes off, goes to second. And that pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 1. Simon Liedtke, 3 stolen bases on the season, has been caught 1 time. And this time they got him and tagged him out before Billy Germain can come across home plate. So PK 1 to 3 to 6 for out number 3. No runs on no hits, 1 error, 2 left on. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second inning. That half an inning brought to you by Raumpflege AG and Wahl GmbH Stadtmobilierung. Bottom of the second inning, Moritz Kohler, Jonas van Bergen, Benedict Schaefer, the first 3 batters for the Stuttgart Reds. Moritz Kohler led off the first inning with a 3-run home run Friday night, went 1 for 5, 267 batting average, and he swings at the first pitch, fouls it straight back, strike number 1. That's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Stuttgart gets their first base runner of the game, and that was the first hit of the game on either side. So Stuttgart gets their leadoff batter on. And Jonas van Bergen is the next batter. Let's see how Coach Rick Jocks plays it. Does he want to play small ball? The way the pitchers are mowing everybody down, it's probably not a bad idea. Jonas not showing anything, looks at ball number 1. Shout out to my good friend Randy Ewert. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. The Reds win will make it even better. Oh, Moritz Kohler leading off first base. Jared Mortensen, the pitcher, throws in a swing and a miss. Looked like he was trying to poke that ball between first and second baseman. 1-1 to count. And pick off, head first dive back into first base. Moritz Kohler is safe. One ball, one strike. Runners going. Swing and a miss. The throw in time for a caught stealing. Looked like Jonas was supposed to hit that ball. Missed hit and run attempt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And high heat can't stay off of it. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Next batter, Benedict Schaefer. Benedict did not play. He's got a on Friday night. He's got a .231 batting average for the season. And he hacks at the first pitch, fouls it out of play. Looks at strike number 2. 0-2 the count. That pitch left up. Tried to get him chased to high heat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing, foul, straight back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And low ball, swing and a miss. Throw down to first to complete the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. 2 innings complete. 0-0 the score. That half an inning brought to you by Raumpflege AG and Wall GmbH Stadtmobilierung. We'll be right back with the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the third inning, no score. This inning being brought to you by Toto Loto, Regionaldirektion Stuttgart GmbH, and Wagner Planung. Leading off will be Thomas Geiger, David Dinsky, and then leadoff man Philip Schultz. No score. Good pitcher's duel going on. That pitch misses in for ball number 2. So DO 442, you're close. It's 26,952 fans in attendance today. That pitch on the outside corner. Still plenty of room, plenty of time to get out to the game if you're watching, if you want to make it. And there's a ground ball up the middle. Nice diving attempt. First hit for the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. That brings up number 9 hitter David Dinsky. David Dinsky, of course, started his career with the Empfangen Elks, not too far from here. His batting average, 135 on the season. And that curveball misses in. Ball 1. Klaus Eckle giving the signs, telling his runner and batter what he wants him to do. And a pickoff and another runner gunned down by Yafi Lopez at first base. That's the danger of having a lefty on the mound. Thomas Geiger had absolutely no chance to get back. There's a fastball on the inside corner, strike number 1. That ball in the dirt, 2-1 to count. That off-speed pitch just a bit low, 3-1. That's strike number 2. And a weak ground ball. Morris Kohler fields it and throws it to first. And the batter did not run. He's saying it was a foul ball. What does home plate umpire say? Looks like it was a foul ball. And now the umpires are getting in together for a conference. We'll figure it out. Oh, David Dinsky says it was a foul ball. But it matters what the umpires say, so the 3 umpires are together. It's either out number 2 or a full count. And the umpires say it's an out, so 5-3 in the scorebook. And of course, Klaus Eckle is going to come up and question it. Not going to get him to change his mind after they actually had a conference between the umpires. 2 down, and leadoff man Philip Schultz flew out into left field in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at the first offering from Jefferson Lopez. Another off-speed pitch. This one a little bit too low. There's strike number 2. Hot cheese at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a foul ball over our head. Good thing we got a net in front of us. Unfortunately for you guys watching, the net in front of us. That pitch close, but no cigar, says umpire Patrick Meister. Triple deuces, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And trying to get him a chasing off-speed pitch. Counts full. And he lets him off the hook. A walk for Philip Schultz. Brings up Gary Owens, not the guy you want at the plate with runners on. See if Klaus Eckler puts Philip Schultz. Philip has 10 stolen bases in the season. Been caught twice. Of course, a lefty pitcher makes it much more difficult. And Gary Owens lines that ball, but just foul down the third base line. Long strike. And Philip Schultz being careful with Yafi Lopez. Not a big lead. And another pickoff. This time Jack Berry falls on top of Philip Schultz. It's not a fair fight. Jack Berry much bigger. No balls, 1 strike. That fastball fouled straight back over the fence. 0-2 the count. Of course, Yafi, the first game of the season in Heidenheim, the first time they met. Yafi with his marathon 182 pitches thrown win. Oh, yeah! Looked like he went off the side through some kind of junk, and Gary Owens not able to hold on. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. 3.5 innings complete, 0-0. The still the score. That half an inning brought to you by Toto Lotto Regional Direktion Stuttgart GmbH and Wagner Planung. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This inning brought to you by Kolpelbildung und Raumpflege AG. Leading off Yannick Witt, Robert Blessing, Fabian Beck, both pitchers doing their job. Only 2 hits, 1 for each team in the game. And Yannick Witt pokes that ball over the second baseman for Stuttgart's second hit. Oh, Stuttgart for the second straight inning gets their leadoff man on. And Coach Rick Jocks giving sign. The next batter, Robert Blessing, in limited work, has a 0.067 batting average. And he shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. So, question in the chat, umpire behind the plate, Patrick Meister. At first base, Mark Seyfried. At third base, right now at second base, Wolfram Haupt. And a pickoff. Yannick Witt dives in. Safe at first. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2. That pitch up high. He doesn't chase the high heat. One ball, 2 strikes. Yannick Witt standing at first base. And it's 2-2 the count. And from 0-2, it is now 3-2, full count. Robert Blessing being patient. Here's a line drive, but straight at Gary Owens. F8 in the scorebooks. No chance for Yannick Witt to do anything but go back to first base. Next batter, Fabian Beck. 323 batting average. Runner still at first base. Fabian Beck with a wide stance. And he's hacking at the first pitch, fouls it off the screen. 0-1 the count. Yannick Witt, not a big lead at first base. And Fabian Beck shows bunt, pulls it back, takes strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that ball fouled straight back. Fabian Beck doing his best to get Yannick Witt on second base. 0-2 the count. That pitch off the plate outside, ball 1. And that ball chopped. Third baseman Drandu Jensen picks it up and just beats Fabian Beck, who was speeding down the line. Of course, the 26+ thousand fans in attendance don't agree with that. Coach Rick Jocks doesn't agree with that. But in any event, 5-3 in the scorebooks. Great hustle shown by Fabian. Yannick Witt goes to second. And leadoff man Austin Bull, looking to get RBI number 12 on the season, steps in the batter's box. Struck out in his first at-bat. That's only his 5th strikeout in 52 plate appearances, so he doesn't strike out very much. And that line drive looks like it doesn't quite get over the head of the left fielder. Nice contact, but the left fielder plays it perfectly. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. 3 innings complete. The score remains 0-0. That half inning brought to you by Kohlbildung and Raumpflege AG. Top of the 4th inning, this game is flying along. Brought to you by Katholische Familienpflege und Alva Mineralbrunnen GmbH. Leading off and looking at strike number 1 is Drew Jensen. Both pitchers dealing no runs in the game. Only 3 hits so far. Ball in the dirt. 1-1 to count. A high fastball. Drew Jensen looks at it, says ball number 2, 2-1. Ground ball, shortstop Austin Bull, no problem. Step and throw out number 1. And next batter, Billy Germain, ex-Stuttgart Red. Walked in his first at-bat, made it all the way to second base. And he takes pitch number 1 for strike number 1. And at the bottom of the strike zone, hot cheese at the knees. Strike number 2, no balls, 2 strikes. And that's a fly ball down the first base line. Twists foul by about 1 meter. That would have been trouble, at least a single, maybe a double. But it's nothing but a long strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And I'd like to throw a big shout out to my other favorite team, the slow pitch softball team. Shit happens in Villingendorf. Wheeling and dealing. 2 games played, 2 wins. Congratulations to you guys. That pitch up high and away, and I picked to come to one of my favorite teams to help keep you entertained. And Rosa Gomez, a shout out to you. And that's a broken bat. And that's a fly out for out number 2. Austin Bull with both the outs. That bat looks like it's now firewood. So 2 outs, Killian Riedle. Strikeout victim, his first at bat. And he swings at the first pitch, high and deep. Warning track. And gone. A home run for Killian Riedle. Puts Heidenheim on the board. The first run of the game. 1-0 now the score. And next batter is brother Elias Riedle. And that pitch misses just a bit low. Must have missed by Mukasekele. That one was a Mukasekele higher, so strike number 1, 1-1 to count. That off the catcher's glove. Ball number 2. And an off-speed pitch fouled back, 2-2 the count. And Yara's favorite thing, it's triple deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a foul ball goes out of play. Count stays 2-2. And a shout out to Ulrika Plitz, rooting on the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. No chasing the high fastball. Jefferson Lopez goes full count. Already, this pitch will be number 70, and that pitch fouled straight back. And that chop ball and a strike thrown down to first base for out number 3. Heidenheim gets on the board on a home run from Killian Riedle. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We'll be right back with the the bottom of the 4th inning. That half inning brought to you by Katholische Familienpflege and Alva Mineralbrunnen GmbH.
Was kann ich gut?
Wie kann ich meine Region verändern?
Wo ist mein Platz in der Welt?
Wir finden es gemeinsam heraus. Werde Teil der Alva Glückszeitbewegung. Die Alva Stiftung fördert eure Talente und Leidenschaften. Alva, mit jeder Flasche zu mehr Glückszeit.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Leading off for Stuttgart, Moritz von Bergen, Jack Berry, Moritz Köhler. This half inning brought to you by Hugo Benzing GmbH und Co. KG and Stadtwerke Stuttgart. Moritz von Bergen looking to get the run back that Stuttgart gave up in the top of the fourth. And he misses for, that pitch misses for ball number one. That ball fouled off the screen. Strike number one, 1-1 to count. Off-speed pitch misses low, 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a ball in the strike zone, strike number 2. Ball number 2, 3-2 the count. Spoiler alert, Bonn leading Hamburg 5-1. Haar 1-0 ahead of Hunstetten. And that ball fouled off. Again on Friday night, Stuttgart beating Heidenheim 8-7. And that ball hit high and deep and off the top of the fence. Missed a home run by about 2 feet, and Morris von Bergen slips and slides after he goes across second base. Missed by about 3 feet of his 5th home run. And then trying to round it into third because the outfielders bobbled it. He slips. So he stays at second base. Brings up Jack Berry. So as I said, Stuttgart wins 8-7 in Heidenheim. Mainz versus Regensburg. Regensburg gets 2 dominant wins. Game 1, 0-18. Game 2, 2-12. Yesterday afternoon, Haar hosting Hunstetten. Extra innings, 12-11 for Haar. And that ball lined over the shortstop. And good thing they kept the runner at second or at third. Jack Berry with a strong single into left field. Coach Jocks holds Moritz von Bergen at third. On the throw home, Jack Berry advanced to second. So Stuttgart looking to get that run right back. Runners on second and third, no outs. Moritz Köhler, who singled his first at-bat, steps into the batter's box. And he pops the first one up, but Philip Schultz at second base calls it, catches it. No chance for anybody to advance. Runner still at second and third. Next batter, Jonas von Bergen. In the north yesterday, Cologne takes 2 games from Dorn. Game 1, 3-2. Game 2 was 2-0, and Bonn takes game 1 of their series 8-2. And Jonas looks at the first strike. And a shout out to Heideköpfe TV, who's turning in, says, thanks for the stream and greetings, and thank you for your stream on Friday night. Heidenheim playing with the infield in, trying to keep the run from scoring. And that ball hits Jonas von Bergen. Loads up the bases. Positive is bases are loaded. Stuttgart's got another base runner on. Negative is now the infield can play for the double play. And of course, Klaus Ekle comes out to question the hit by pitch. Patrick Meister says that ball was in the batter's box. In my view, yes, Jonas could have got out of the way, but he didn't. And he's at first. Jack Berry at second. Morris von Bergen at third. Benedict Schaefer, strikeout victim, his first at-bat in the box. And that pitch misses outside for ball number one. And the on-deck batter trying to get a sneak peek was too far to being behind home plate. So Heidenheim scores a run in the top. Stuttgart threatening with bases loaded and one out. And that fastball blew right by Benedict Schaefer. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And on the outside corner, strike number 2. And a foul ball. Out of play. Benedict Schaefer stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So anything out of the infield could score 1, maybe 2 runs for Stuttgart. And out by window shopping, Benedict Schaefer not able to pull the trigger on the fastball outside. And Yannick Witt, next batter, singled the last at bat. And he takes strike number 1. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. And a swing and a miss. Jared Mortensen leaves the bases loaded. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. Bases left full. 4 innings complete. Score Heidenheim 1, Stuttgart 0. That half an inning brought to you by Hugo Benzing GmbH and Kolkade and Stadtwerke Stuttgart.
Auf geht's, Stuttgart! Die Stadtwerke Stuttgart-Gruppe sucht neue Kolleginnen und Kollegen für ihr Team Energiewende, die mit voller Kraft Stuttgart unterstützen, um bis 2035 klimaneutral zu werden. Bewirb dich jetzt bei der Stadtwerke Stuttgart-Gruppe und werde Energiewendeheldin oder Held unter volle-kraft.de. Und jetzt nochmal, volle Kraft für Stuttgart!
Top of the fifth inning, brought to you by Ortema. Wir lieben Gesundheit und Bauunternehmen Rahm. 1-0 the score. Leadoff batter Simon Liedke, Thomas Geiger, David Dinsky. That pitch inside corner, strike number one. Simon safe on an error, was picked off. Ball one, 1-1 to count. And a ground ball foul for strike number two. Klaus Ekle says, that's too hot for me. Let's it go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That stayed way high. 2-2 the count. Oh, yeah. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Yafi Lopez. Out number 1 for the Stuttgart Reds. And next batter, Thomas Geiger, singled, and he was also picked off his last at-bat. Some current Bundesliga standings in the north, Bonn leading at 9-4, followed by the Paderborn Untouchables at 8-4. That pitch, ball 1. Hamburg, third place, 7-5, followed by Köln at 4-8. Dorn at 2-9. Ball number 2 in the south. Regensburg way out in front at 12-4. And then a real tight bunch from 2 through 6. Swing and a miss on the off speed. 2-1 to count. Heidenheim at 7-6 and Haar at 7-6. Stuttgart at 7-8. Mainz at 6-8. And Hunstetten at 3-10. That pitch outside, ball 3. So a win today could conceivably move Stuttgart all the way up, possibly into second place. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch, strike number 2. That ball popped up. And Yannick gives it a good old college try, not able to get it. Remember, questions, comments, words of wisdom. If you just want to shout out, put your name in the chat function. Sign up for Reds TV. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, almost. Foul ball. About ready to call strikeout number 7. But Thomas Geyer gets a piece of it. And that curveball misses just high for a walk. Brings up number 9 batter, David Dinsky. Who his last at bat had that ball, he said, came off his shin. The umpire said it didn't. And Dinsky bunts the ball, and Jack Berry slips, trying to field the ball. It has been raining a lot, so the field is soggy. So an infield single for David Dinsky puts runners on first and second with 1 out and brings up top of the lineup, Philip Schultz. That's the second player for Stuttgart that we've seen slip. Again, lots of rain. I'm surprised the field looks as good as it does. Philip Schultz, good speed at home plate. It's going to be hard to turn a double play. Philip Schultz shows a bunt, pulls back, takes strike number 1. And that pitch low, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And a balk called by third base umpire Wolfram Haupt. And Jefferson raising his hand saying, "What did I do?" Coach Rick Jacques comes out to question the balk call. And still discussing, and now Coach Rick Jacques has been tossed out of the game. So I'm sure he's going to go get his money's worth. And home plate umpire running down there. So Coach Rick Jacques has been ejected for the game by third base umpire Wolfram Haupt. And discussion still going on, and I'm sure that Xavi Gonzalez, who is injured and not able to play, will take over for Rick Jacques. So once somebody's been thrown out of the game, don't be seen, don't be heard. He's got to take his uniform off and go somewhere. Unfortunate for the Stuttgart Reds. The balk call puts runners at second and third. So 2 runners in scoring position. Leadoff man Philip Schultz has a 1-1 count. And the 26,000+ umpires in attendance not agreeing with the call. In any effect, we have runners at second and third, 1-1 count, Philip Schultz. Stuttgart will be playing with the infield in. discussion between shortstop Austin Bull, pitcher and catcher. Stuttgart infield in on the grass, trying to cut the runner down. And that bunt fouls straight back. And Thomas Geiger at third base had a big lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and two the count. And that ball just got a piece of Philip Schultz's bat, fouled. Count stays 2 and 2. 90 pitches for Jefferson Lopez so far in the game. And a throwback down just a little bit too high. A good throw might have got him at third base. Pitch was too high for ball number 3. 3 and 2 the count. And that ball in the dirt, blocked by Yannick Witt. Negative is that puts another runner on the base. Positive is now you have bases loaded. The middle infield can move back. But Gary Owens, the next batter, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but ever so dangerous, Gary Owens. So the corner's playing in, the middle infield playing back for double play. And Gary hits a high fly ball into center field. And off the scoreboard, a grand slam home run. Again, that's the negative about putting Gary Owens up to bat. He can kill you with 1 swing of the bat. So Stuttgart gonna have lots of work to do when they get up to bat. Drew Jansen, the next batter. Strikeout and a ground out. And Xavi Gonzalez comes out of the dugout, taking over for Rick Jocks to talk to his pitcher. So after a quick discussion, Drew Jansen in the bat. Grand slam home run by Gary Owens makes the score 5-0 in favor of the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. And Drew Jansen trying to butt his way on, but it goes foul. That pitch low and in, ball number 1, 1-1 to count. Ball number 2. Update on a couple other scores. Bonn leading Hamburg 5-1. That in the top of the 8th inning. There's strike number 2. Haar leading Hunstetten 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here in the top of the 5th inning, 5-0 in favor of the Heideköpfe. And that ground ball foul. Strike number 2, 2-2 the count. Foul ball out of play. And that's called strike number 3, out by window shopping. Oh, yeah. Drew Jansen has a couple words for the home plate umpire. He doesn't agree with the call. I do. I like it. 2 outs. Billy Germain, the next batter. Billy with a walk and a fly out to the shortstop. He's got a new bat because the last one he broke. Ball number 1. That off speed misses low and in. That was pitch number 101 for Yafi Lopez. Ball number 3. There's strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And a ground ball. Moritz Kohler tries to backhand it, has no chance. And that scoots off into foul territory. Billy Germain able to make it all the way to second base on the double. Brings up Killian Riedle, hit his first season home run in the last inning. A solo shot. Struck out in his first plate appearance. And he takes that pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. And fastball right down the middle, fouled out of play. 0-2 the count. And a foul ball on a late swing. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count to Killian Riedle. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Billy Germain standing at second base. Runner's going, and a runner has to go back because that ball was fouled back into the net. Oh, yes! Swing and a miss ends the inning. But not before Heidenheim can get 4 runs on 3 hits. The grand slam home run from Gary Owens. 1 runner left on, no errors. 5-0 the score. That half an inning brought to you by Ortema. Wir lieben Gesundheit. Und Bauunternehmen Ram. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th inning brought to you by Stadtwerke Stuttgart. Leading off, Robert Blessing. Fabian Beck, leadoff man, Austin Bull. 4th inning, exciting inning for the Reds. They get the bases loaded. Not able to do anything with it. Top of the 5th, Heidenheim gets bases loaded and a grand slam home run. That pitch in there for strike number 1. Jared Mortensen still towing the rubber for the Heideköpfe. He's at 56 pitches. And pitch 57 high for ball number 1. 1-1 the count. There's ball number 2, or strike number 2. And that off-speed pitch caught him looking out by window shopping. Strikeout for out number 1, Fabian Beck. Who grounded out to third base. A very close play in the 3rd inning. Stuttgart needing to get on the board. That pitch inside, ball 1. So there is some throwing going on in the bullpen for Stuttgart, and I see a couple people walking down towards the bullpen for Heidenheim. That ball fouled off. 1-1 to count. That's a blooper right to the third baseman, Drew Jensen. Plucks it out of the air for out number 2. Brings up Austin Bull, still looking for his first hit of the game. Struck out in the 1st inning. Had a line drive hit right at the left fielder for his 2nd at bat. And a shout out to Tim, who says, "Hup Reds." Speed pitch in there for strike number 1. Austin, of course, leading the team in stolen bases, leading the team in batting average. Strike number 2, leading the league in stolen bases. No balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch up and in, ball 1. And he's able to lay off that breaking pitch Triple deuces, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Low ball 3. And inside, a walk for Austin Bull. He's at first base. Moritz von Bergen struck out or grounded out in the first inning. Hit a ball high off the right field fence in the third inning, or in the fourth inning. Made it all the way around to third base, but couldn't make it in. And Mo takes a mighty hack, swings and misses. Strike number 1. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. 0-2 the count to Moritz von Bergen. See if Austin Bull will be off and running. Of course, Billy Germain behind the plate with a very good arm. There he goes. And Moritz von Bergen looks at strike number 3. 4 out, number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. 5 innings complete. 5-0 in favor of the Heideköpfe. That half an inning brought to you by Stuttgart, Stuttgart. Jefferson Lopez's day is done. He goes 5 innings, gives up 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, 65 of 108 pitches for strikes. He's been replaced by Moritz von Bergen, who is DHing now on the mound. Moritz used limited this year, 5.2 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 11 walks, 8 Ks, has a 7.94 batting or ERA. He'll be facing Kilian Riedle, Simon Liedke, and Thomas Geiger. This half an inning brought to you by Erika Simonis and Marschner Electrotechnique. And the first pitch from Mr. Von Bergen is fouled out of play. Strike number 1. Moritz, like I said, only in limited use, had 1 bad inning where he pitched here a night game against Heidenheim and just couldn't find the handle. Other than that, normally solid pitcher. And he's got 2 pitches, 2 strikes. And that ball fouled down the first base line. Strike. The count remains 0-2. Yeah, off-speed pitch, low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a shout out to Javier Moreno, Arriba Muchachos, and Frederick. And that's strikeout. Oh, yeah. Out by window shopping like a Linda Ronstadt song. That pitch blew by you. Out number 1, Simon Liedke, the next batter, safe on an error, got picked off, and then struck out. And that off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Foul ball out of play, 0-2 the count. That pitch just outside, ball number 1. Oh, yeah, swing and a miss. Moritz comes in, he's as cool as the underside of the pillow. 2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts. Next batter, Thomas Geiger. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, strike number 2. Moritz 0-2 the count. That pitch just a bit high. Just inside. Moritz looked like he wanted that. Triple deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that ball, clean single into left field. Base hit for Thomas Geiger. That's his 2nd hit of the game. And that brings up number 9 hitter David Dinsky. He grounded out and had a single. And he tries to bunt his way on, but bunts it foul. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Thomas Geiger standing at first. And that pitch looked like an off-speed pitch, stayed up high, 1-1. And that went right back to Moritz. He says, if I can't strike you out, I'll throw you out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Top of the 6th inning complete. 5-0 the score. That inning brought to you by Erika Simonis and Marshner Electronic. Bottom of the sixth inning brought to you by Wahl GmbH, Stadtmobilierung and Kolpingbildung. Leading off, Jack Berry, Moritz Kohler, Jonas van Bergen. And that pitch misses low and away. Jared Mortensen still on the mound. 72 pitches in. And that ball looks like it's going to fall. Jack Berry's got his second hit of the game. And leadoff man on again for the Stuttgart Reds. That's the fourth time in 6 innings Stuttgart able to get the leadoff man on. Have not been able to get him home yet. Stuttgart still looking for their first run of the game. Moritz Kohler, the batter, a single and a flyout. And that fastball at the bottom of the zone, strike number 1. That ball is hit hard, but right at the right fielder. A nice contact for nothing. Fly out for out number 1. Jonas van Bergen struck out his first at bat. Was hit by a pitch in his second at bat. He went 0 for 3 yesterday. His batting average says he gets 1 out of every 5, so Jonas is due. That pitch low, ball 1. Ball 2. And that pickoff gets past the first baseman. Jack Berry able to take off, go to second base on E1. Oh, Jack Berry now in scoring position. 2 balls on Jonas van Bergen. Quick update on the other 2 games. Top of the 9th inning, Bonn leading Hamburg 5-1. And in Haar leading Hudenstetten, a close game there. Top of the 6th inning, 2-0 in favor of Haar. That pitch on the inside corner, strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And looks like he was reaching for that. That ball twists foul down the first base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it takes a little bit too long. Jared Mortensen shaking his head no at 17 pitches. So Jonas van Bergen steps out, steps back in. And they still can't get on the same page. The catcher, Billy Germain, and pitcher Jared Mortensen. Full count. Finally, they come to an agreement. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Jonas van Bergen goes down swinging, out number 2. Benedict Schaefer, who's also up to bat twice and 2 strikeouts. And a pitch outside, ball 1. 80 pitches for Mr. Mortensen. Of course, both teams on Friday, each team using 3 pitches. That pitch misses away for Stuttgart. Kevin Riella followed by Joel Petzold, and then Eduardo Peluso Rodriguez on Heidenheim. It was Chris Eric, followed by Mike Bolsenbrook and Sven Schuler. That pitch low and away. 3-0 the count. Three balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Jack Barry standing at second base. Benedict Schaefer, the batter. That's strike number 1. And that looked like Benedict Schaefer taking all the way from 3-0. Count is now 3-2. And that ball up the middle. Jack Barry rounding third, and the throw's coming home, but it's cut off by the first baseman. Stuttgart finally on the board on the RBI single from Benedict Schaefer. Oh, Jack Barry slides home for Stuttgart's first run of the game. The pickoff error by Jared Mortensen comes back to bite him. Runner at first, 2 outs. Yannick Witt, the batter. Yeah, pitch on the outside corner, strike number 1. Benedict Schaefer does have 3 stolen bases. He's only had 19 plate appearances. Strike number 2, no balls, 2 strikes. See if Coach Xavi sends Benedict in motion with an 0-2 count. And Yannick not able to pull the trigger. Strikeout for out number 3. But Stuttgart gets on the board finally. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. 5-1 the score. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th inning. That half an inning brought to you by VAG GmbH, Stadtmobilierung and Kolping Bildung. Top of the 7th inning. This half an inning brought to you by Bratek Immobilien and Carl Schaefer Steinmetz Betrieb. Stuttgart able to put 1 run across the board in the bottom of the 6th, 5-1 to score. Leading off Philip Schultz. And he takes the first pitch high. He'll be followed by Gary Owens and Drew Jensen. Philip 2 walks and a flyout. Yeah, he takes that pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1. And that's strike number 2. And a check swing, slow roller. And a beautiful play by Moritz Kohler. Check swing, slow roller, rolling down the grass. Moritz Kohler comes in a la Nolan Arenado, barehands it, and makes it to first base in time for out number 1. You won't see a better play by a third baseman in Germany than that. That pitch in there for strike number 1, Gary Owens, who struck out his first 2 at-bats and then put one off the scoreboard with bases loaded. 1-1 to count. And that ball fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, yeah! Got him to chase the high heat. Strikeout for out number 2. No balls, 2 strikes, or 2 outs. And Drew Jensen, the next batter, 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Ball number 1. There's strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. And that fastball misses high and away, 2-2 to count. Triple deuces, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that ball lined into the corner in left field, all the way to the fence. Fabian Beck gets it in quickly, a stand-up double for Drew Jansen. Runner at second base in scoring position for Billy Germain. Billy, a walk, a fly out, and a squibber double that went down towards left field. There's strike number 1 from Moritz von Bergen. Foul ball, 0-2 the count. And that ball in the dirt. Trying to get him chase a bad pitch. Billy Germain, too experienced for that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, yeah! Got him to chase the high cheese. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 2 strikeouts and a Gold Glove play by third baseman Moritz Kohler. Top of the 7th inning. Done 5-1 in favor of the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. That half an inning brought to you by Bratek Immobilien and Carl Schaefer Steinmetzbetrieb. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 7th inning.
Was kann ich gut?
Wie kann ich meine Region verändern?
Wo ist mein Platz in der Welt?
Wir finden es gemeinsam heraus. Werde Teil der Alva-Glückszeitbewegung. Die Alva-Stiftung fördert eure Talente und Leidenschaften. Alva, mit jeder Flasche zu mehr Glückszeit.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Hugo Bensing GmbH & Co. Kage, the sponsor for this half an inning. Leading off, new in the game, Danilo Weber. He comes in to pinch hit for Robert Blessing and fouls the first pitch off. And fouls the second pitch off. Daniello hasn't played that often this year. Does have a .222 batting average. Does have 1 home run. And 3 straight pitches, 3 straight foul balls. And can't lay off the off-speed pitch. Strikeout for out number 1. Next batter, Fabian Beck. And another shout out to my slow pitch softball team. Shit happens in a tournament in Fillendorf. 3 decisive wins for them on the day today. So congratulations to you guys. Fabian Beck looking for his first hit of the game. And that is a high fly ball, but not deep enough. Right fielder Shaden over to center field, catches it out of the air for out number 2. Brings up leadoff man Austin Bull. A little bit of Major League standings. Yankees at 37-17, followed by the Orioles at 32-18 in the American League East. That pitch in the dirt, ball one. In the AL Central, it's the Guardians at 35-17, followed by the Royals at 34-19. Ball number two. Out in the West, the Mariners are leading at 27-26, followed by the Rangers at 24-29. And there's a base hit for Austin. Clean single in the gap between first and second base. He's safe at first. Moritz von Bergen, the next batter. Mo has a double around a ground out and a strikeout. So National League East, the Phillies with the best record in baseball at 38-15, followed by the Braves at 29-20. That ball fouled out of play. National League Central, Brewers at 30-21, followed by the Cubs at 27-25. And out in the West, the Dodgers at 33-21, followed by the Giants at 27-26. And a check swing, that ball rolls foul. Pitcher up and throwing in the bullpen. There goes Austin. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first base in time. So Austin Bull's single does not hurt. 7 innings complete. 5-1 in favor of the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. That half an inning brought to you by Hugo Benzing GmbH and Co. KG. Top of the 8th inning brought to you by Gebrüder Lotter KG and Mandelbrennerei Stuttgart. Kilian Riedle, Elias Riedle, Simon Liedke up to bat for Heidenheim. That pitch high, ball one. Kilian, of course, started the scoring off with a solo home run in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to count. That pitch low and in, ball 2. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball fouled off the catcher's helmet. Of course, that's why they wear that stuff back there. Count stays. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, yeah! Out by window shopping. Strikeout number 1. That's Moritz Funbergen's 5th strikeout. Filling up the strike zone. Elias Riedle, 2 strikeouts and a ground out for him so far today. And he swings and misses at strike number 1. That pitch just a little bit high. Ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. Final score in Bonn. Bonn wins against Hamburg 5-1. That ball fouled back. Haar leading Hundstetten. That game in the bottom of the 7th, Haar ahead 5-0. Here the score 5-1. That pitch just a bit high, ball 2. Inside, count is full. And a walk puts Elias Riedle on first base, and that brings up Simon Liedtke. Was safe on error and 2 strikeouts. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Elias Riedle, number 1. Looks like Constantine Ho goes in to run. And a pickoff just to let him know I'm a lefty. That pitch left up, ball 1. Foul ball, straight back, 1-1 to count. Next week here on the 2nd of June, Reds 2 is facing Tübingen Hawks, and softball for Bundesliga is playing against Herrenberg. Swing and a miss on the high fastball, 1-2 the count. Your Reds will be hosting on Friday and Saturday the Guggenberger Regensburg Legionnaire. And a ground ball. And that sneaks through the gap. Moritz Kohler dives and tries to get it a single for Simon Liedtke. Puts runners at first and second. Brings up Thomas Geiger. Thomas Geiger is 2 for 2. And a walk, 2 singles. Oh, this is the first trouble that Moritz has got in since he's been on the mound, and see if he can get himself out of it. And that ball popped straight up, but out of play, no chance. Strike number one. That was pitch number 51 for Moritz van Bergen. Just a bit high, 1-1 to count. The runners are going, a bunt fielded by Moritz van Bergen. Nice easy throw to first base. Sacrifice hit for Thomas Geiger. Second out, but puts runners at second and third. And that brings up number 9 batter, David Dinsky. A single and 2 ground outs. Yeah, comment, one bad pitch making the difference in this game. And I agree with you, Randy, 100%. The grand slam home run. Without that, it's 1-1. And there's a fly ball deep right field. And not able to catch it out there in right field. 2 more runs across the board for the Heideköpfe. All the way to the fence. Double for David Dinsky and 2 RBIs. Makes the score 7-1. That brings up Philip Schultz, leadoff man, who's got 2 walks and 2 ground, a fly out and a ground out. And he takes that pitch high and inside, ball 1. There's strike number 1, 1-1 to count. And a ground ball almost in the dugout. Strike number 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time called for some reason. And there's a ground ball right at the second baseman, who throws to first to end the inning. Heidenheim able to push 2 more runs across the board. On 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. 7.5 done. It's 7-1 for Heidenheim. That half an inning brought to you by Gebrüder Lotter Krage and Mandelbrennerei Stuttgart. Defensive changes for the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. Now on the mound is Drew Jensen. Philip Schultz moves to third. Kilian Riede goes from DH to first base. And David Dinsky goes to second base. And Constantine Hole goes into right field. Which means he's in for Thomas Geiger, I believe. This half an inning brought to you by Stuttgart Stuttgart leading off. Jack Berry followed by Moritz Kohler, Jonas van Bergen. That pitch high and away. That ball fouled, but out of play. 1-1 to count. That ball in the dirt. Ball number 2. Jared Mortensen's 7 innings pitch gave up 7 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts. 72 of 100 pitches were for strikes, so he did a good job for him. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 2-2. And that pitch just low, ball number 3, full count. And got him fishing, outside pitch. Jack Berry can't hold off. Out number 1, Moritz Kohler, the next batter. Moritz single in the second, was caught stealing, and then a fly out to the second baseman and a fly out to the right fielder. That pitch low and away, ball 1. And the fly ball down to third base, the first base line. No chance for Constantine Hole to catch that. Long strike, 1-1 to count. Next week, all South teams are in action on Friday night and Saturday. Stuttgart will be hosting the Regensburg Legionnaire. Heidenheim will be hosting Haar, and Mainz has Hunstetten as guest. In the north, it's Dorn versus Bonn and Paderborn versus Köln. That pitch in there for strike number 2. And again, on the 2nd of June, Reds 2 are playing against Tübingen, and the softball for Bundesliga team playing at home against Herrenberg. That pitch misses, ball 2, 2-2 the count. And another foul ball, first base line, this time in over the fence. Count stays 2-2. Full count. And that pitch misses outside for ball number 4. Stuttgart gets a base runner. And Jonas van Bergen still looking for his first hit of today. Looks like Jonas getting a pinch hitter for him. Jonas Weber coming in. Jonas, his first at bat in the season. He's been injured. Shows bunt, pulls back. That ball in there, strike number 1, bottom of the strike zone. 1-1 to count. And a very quick pickoff. Ball number 2. There's strike number 2. 2-2 the count. 1 out, Moritz Kohler standing on first base. And a foul tip caught by the catcher for out number 2. Benedict Schaefer, the next batter. Benedict, RBI single for Stuttgart's only run of the game. Runners going, throw down, and that gets into center field, but great piece of backup by Gary Owens keeps Moritz Kohler at second base. Pitch was strike number 1, no balls, 1 strike. And that's called strike number 2. 1 ball or no balls, 2 strikes. And call strike number 3 for out number 3. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on. We're through 8 innings. Score Heidenheim 7, Stuttgart 1. That half an inning brought to you by Gebrüder Lotter KG and Mando Brennerei Stuttgart. And also by Stadtwerke Stuttgart. Giannis Weber goes in to play second base. Daniela Weber in right field. Benedict Schaefer in center. Still towing the rubber in his fourth inning of work. Moritz van Bergen, first pitch to Gary Owens. In the dirt for ball number one. He'll be followed by Drew Jansen and William Germain. And that ball, line drive into center field, falls for a base hit. Oh, runner safe at first. Next batter, Drew Jansen. 1 for 4 with a double. And apparently somebody called a balk. I don't know if that came from a dugout or from an umpire. So no pitch. Swing and a miss, strike number one. Are now leading Hunstetten, top of the eighth inning, 6-0. That pitch just a bit high. And a high fly ball right field, but twisting foul out of play, strike number two. Inside. Two balls, two strikes. Gary Owens at second base. And that ball hit hard and deep over the head of Fabian Beck. Gary Owens around to score on the throw home. Drew Jansen advances to second base. Run number 8. And Billy Germain, the next batter. Heidenheim threatening in the top of the ninth inning. No outs, runner at second. One run already across the board. That pitch high and away, ball number one. And that ball fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a ball. That one's just over the fence. Home run for Billy Germain. 2 more runs for the Heideköpfe. And Heidenheim breaking the game open. 3 runs across the board. in the top of the ninth inning, and still no outs. And the Heideköpfe fans applauding the home run. Next batter, Kilian Riedle. And Xavi Gonzalez comes out maybe a little bit too late to talk to his pitcher. And he's calling for Eduardo Peluso Rodriguez, who closed out the game against Heidenheim on Friday. Nice round of applause for Moritz van Bergen. So we'll be back once Mr. Peluso Rodriguez finishes warm-up pitches. So Eduardo finished with his warm-up pitches. 3 runs across the board for the Heideköpfe. That pitch low and inside, ball 1. Kilian Riedle, Elias Riedle. Oh, excuse me, Konstantin Hole, who came in for Elias. And Simon Liedke. That's ball number 2. And foul ball out of play. Two balls, 1 strike. And that ball hit high and deep. Warning track. And home run number 2 on the day for Kilian Riedle. Number 4 in the game. Heidenheim advances the score 11-1. Since we're in the 9th inning, Stuttgart will get their chance. That pitch high, ball one. Ball number two. No balls, two strike, or 2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. Strike number 2. 2-2 the count. And that off-speed pitch bends right into the strike zone for out number 1. Simo Liedke, the next batter. Singled and scored in his last at-bat. Other than that, safe on an error and 2 strikeouts. There's strike number 1. Ball number 1. So unless Stuttgart has a major comeback in this series between Stuttgart and Heidenheim, the home team just cannot seem to find a win. Stuttgart losing in Stuttgart, winning in Heidenheim the first 2 games. There's strike number 1. Stuttgart winning on Friday night in Heidenheim. And unless they have a major comeback, that ball fouled back unless they have a major comeback, losing the 4th game here. The next series between Heidenheim and Stuttgart will, of course, be in Stuttgart. So Stuttgart will have to break that. Again, next Friday night, Saturday, Regensburg comes to town. That pitch up and away, ball number 2, 2-2 the count. So if you have nothing to do, Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturday at 1 o'clock, come out and support your Reds. And that ground ball goes foul. And if you're in Heidenheim, they'll be hosting the Har Disciples. If you're in Mainz, they'll be hosting the Hunstetten Storm. All of those games are Friday, Saturday. And then in the north, it's Dorn versus Bonn and Paderborn versus Köln. And I want to give a shout out to the Lady Reds, the Bundesliga team, so far undefeated in the season. That ball fouled back. They've played, I believe, 6 or 8 games and have not lost one yet. Oh yeah, swing and a miss. Throw down in time. So after giving up a home run to the first batter, 2 straight strikeouts for Eduardo Palusa Rodriguez, and the next batter, Thomas Geiger. He's had a good day at the plate. Walk, 2 singles and a sacrifice hit for him. And now there's a fly ball, shallow, called for and caught by the right fielder for out number 3. 4 more runs on 2 home runs for the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, nobody left on. 11-1 the score. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 9th inning. Stuttgart down to the last 3 outs. Yannick Witt, Daniela Weber, Fabian Beck, the first 3 batters. 10 runs to tie, 11 runs to win. I got my rally cap on. That first pitch in there, strike number 1. And Yannick, a single and 2 strikeouts. He takes strike number 1 and strike number 2. 0-2 the count. I got Yara with the rally cap on. Swing and a miss. Strike number 1. Strikeout for out number 1. That pitch down low, ball 1. And a foul ball over the first base side fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. High ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that's a walk. So Stuttgart gets their first runner on in the 9th inning. Looks like a final score in Har. Har wins. Final score Har 6. Hunstetten 1. Fabian Beck steps into the batter's box looking for his first hit of the day. Swing and a miss, strike number 1. That ball popped up over our head for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Stuttgart was able to keep it close. Only a grand slam home run in the 5th inning put Heidenheim up 5-0, but 6 runs in the last 2 innings. That ball in the dirt. Did he go? Umpire says yes. So a strikeout for Fabian Beck. And last chance for the Stuttgart Reds is leadoff man Austin Bull. A strikeout, a flyout, a base on balls, and a hit. This inning brought to you by McCutzer. And there's another base hit for Austin Bull. McCutzer Lovenbrow. Always like to have a cheer beer after the game. On the win for Moritz von Bergen, now hitting. Or for Moritz, who came out, and Eduardo Peluso came in to pitch. And now a pinch hitter, Ramon Ull. He gets his chance at bat. Again, on Friday night game against the Regensburg Legionnaire, and then on Saturday, a day game. Pitch in there for strike number one. Friday start time 7 o'clock or 1900 hours. On Saturday 1 o'clock or 1300 hours. Come out, support your Reds. That ball fouled back. That pitch way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, that ball fouled straight back. And Ramon able to check his swing. Two balls, 2 strikes. Oh. 2 outs, triple deuces. 2 on. There's a full count. Runners will be off with the pitch. And Ramon giving us his best BG's impression. He's staying alive. Foul ball. 3-2 to count. Runners have to go back. And they'll be off with the pitch again. And that pitch up and in, says it hit him. It didn't matter. It was ball 4 anyway. And Jack Berry gets a chance to come into the batter's box and hopefully hit a ball to Australia. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And that one's lined down the third base line, all the way into the corner. 2-run double for Jack Berry. 2 more runs for the Stuttgart Reds. We're not dead yet. Double puts 2 runs across the board for the Stuttgart Reds. Brings up Moritz Kohler, 1 for 3 on the game. And he hits one up the middle. And Jack gets the whole sign, so Stuttgart doing their best to rally on 2 outs. So three runs across the board for the Stuttgart Reds. That brings out Jared Mortensen, who is also the pitching coach for the Heidenheim Heideköpfe. Runners at first and third. There are 2 outs. Giannis Weber, the next batter, struck out his first at-bat. Rally caps are still on. So Billy Jermaine gives signs. Moritz Kohler does have a stolen base, but he also has a caught stealing in the game. Swing and a miss. And that ground ball right to the first baseman. So we say it was just a little bit too late. Stuttgart puts 3 runs across the board in the bottom of the ninth. At least they didn't go down without a fight. Final score 11-4 in favor of the Heideköpfe. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And again, next Friday, 7 o'clock, the Reds versus Regensburg. On behalf of the CEO, Yara Drobny, my name is Ken the Voice Hudson, and see you next Friday.